Hey guys, it's Jackie with Evocentric Podcast. Thank you for tuning in with me today. It is really good to see you guys. I have been trying to relax. I been on summer break and I really have just been trying to decompress myself and get some energy and getting to be active again, because I had gained a couple of pounds during the first month or two, and then I started getting back on track and I've become a lot more active. So the more active I am, the more tired I am when I make it home. So I don't always have the time to make these videos, but you guys are more than worth it. So I'm hoping that I can get out at least 3 to 4 videos before the next school year starts up. So with that being said, please make sure that you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Comment below, leave any feedback, share my video if it resonates with you in any kind of way or if you were able to utilize it, and just let me know what you think, okay? So today we'll be discussing solo traveling. I have been solo traveling for a few years now. It has been a wonderful experience for me. I've had so many questions from people where they ask me, am I scared, or, how can I afford it, and all those different things. And it's fairly easy. You just kind of learn along the way as you go when it comes to traveling alone, because it can be scary and intimidating in the beginning, but once you figure it out and figure out the things that you need to know before you go, it gets a lot easier as the time goes on. So the reason that I started solo traveling to begin with is because me and my best friend had got into an altercation when we were on vacation. And when we were on vacation, we were not on the same page when it came to the things that we were interested in doing. And I was single, she was engaged, so our thought processes were a lot different. I was a little bit more like wanting to hang out and meet new people. She was more so kind of wanted to just chill and, and just kind of soak up the sun, which was completely fine. We just weren't on the same page at that moment in time. And if I could take it back, we would have communicated a lot more differently. But because it was a traumatic experience for me, and I didn't want to go through it again with anybody else, I just started traveling alone. And again, thus far, I've had an amazing time getting to know myself, learning myself, and really being able to do whatever it is that I want when I go out of town. I don't have to worry about anybody else. I don't have to worry about anybody else getting dressed. I don't have to worry about anybody else getting their money together to go on a trip with me, or being able to tell me yes or no if they can. And we have to kind of figure out the dates and stuff. You can just kind of just go as you please. I mean, you can just kind of just go. With that, I had to think about a lot of things. So one of the things is like, what kind of person am I to even be able to travel alone? So I don't necessarily like people like that. I don't like them, okay? I don't like them at all. So it's very easy for me to be alone and still have an amazing time. I know the stuff that I like. I know the things that I'm interested in. I'm an outdoorsy girl. So anything that is going to heighten my interest, I don't need a being to make me feel that I'm excited about doing something when I can be excited for it for myself. So if you are a person who use other people to uplift you or make you feel better or make you feel validated that you should be having a good time, then solo traveling might not be the thing for you, because you're going to see people that are with their significant others. You're going to see people that are with their friends and family, and it might make you feel a little bit uneasy, especially if you don't have anybody that you can kind of go to or have fun with. Now, you can meet people out there, but you just have to be very careful when, you're opening up yourself to meeting people from other places that you're not familiar with, right? So I do want to say that during this time, during COVID, I would not recommend traveling. I have, but I do not recommend it. It's just I just had to get away, and I did practice social distancing, but hey, judge a mammy, okay? Because I need to get away. I followed all procedures, but yeah, just make sure that you keep those things in mind. Also, make sure that you're saving beforehand. So with solo traveling, it's not going to be as cheap as it would be if you were traveling with multiple people, because you're not splitting anything. You're literally paying for everything by yourself. So you're going to be spending a lot more money. So you just want to make sure that you're saving. I actually have a certain amount of, I have about $50 every 2 weeks go towards my vacation that I solo travel with. It's not much, because when I'm very good at finding deals, and I'm not spending like no crazy money to go out of town. I just find a place that I like, stick with it, go find an Airbnb and go. So the way that you can cut down on the cost of the traveling is by taking an Airbnb instead of the hotel. Now with an Airbnb, there's a lot more flexibility, because you can stay in a home, a private home, alone. You can stay with somebody else. You can stay in a shared room. You can stay in, they have hostels, all those different things. So it's very flexible. Like, and with me, I'm not necessarily concerned as to how fancy the place is. I just want to make sure that I have a comfortable place to lay my head. When I am in the room, I can watch TV. I can relax in the tub or something like that when I'm out of town. That's all I really require. And all the Airbnbs have over exceeded my expectations for Airbnbs. I really only use them just to stay, but when I tell you, they, like, if I could have some of them I did actually extend, but if I could have extended them, I would. They were really great, and they were very inexpensive. I think the least amount that I've paid was probably about $30 or $40 a night, and it was comfortable. Like, it was very comfortable. You just have to look. Please make sure that you read the reviews, because the reviews will really give you a very accurate idea as to how your stay might look. Okay, just please make sure you read the reviews. Also, make sure that you're finding an area that is centrally located. So I noticed that when I first started traveling, that the biggest bulk of money that I was spending was Uber and Lyft. It was like $30 here, $40 there, $20 here, $17 there, and it added up very quickly. So what I started doing when I started booking trips, I started finding locations that were near areas that I can walk to, like different restaurants, downtown areas, midtown areas, museum districts. All of those are really good areas for you to stay in, to make sure that, let's just say, if you don't want to spend the money to get a Uber or a Lyft, that you can at least walk around and still find some things to do and places to eat. So yeah, again, just be mindful that, and it's safer, you know, when you don't have to venture off that far. You can just get back to your home, you know, very quickly without any issues. So yeah, again, just consider that at the same time. Also, make sure that you are checking your emails. I am not the most responsible person when it comes to staying on top of things. So make sure you are checking your emails and your statuses of your itinerary to make sure that your flight hasn't been canceled, they haven't rescheduled to something else. All same thing with your Airbnb. Make sure that your card went through, all those different things, because I would hate for you to do all of that stuff, and then when it's time for you to go to travel, that you're having all of these issues and mishap come about, because they do come about. Luckily, I have not experienced that thus yet, but I know that it can happen. Also, make sure that you're researching what you want to do before you go out of town. Like, I love food. I'm a big foodie. So I'll go online and I'll be like, okay, so I'm going to Chicago. What is Chicago known for? So I'll try to find like the best places to eat or the nicest places to eat. I might pick one day where I'll dress up and go to a really nice steak and seafood restaurant, and, you know, just try like different local food places, and go to the hoods and kind of, you know, just experience what all parties experience in that area. And it's a wonderful experience. Also, make sure that when you get out there, it is a great thing to get acquainted with somebody that is from there. You can go online and kind of publicize that you're going to be in an area, and if somebody you just happen to be very connected with on social media, or maybe they know, or maybe you know somebody that actually lives out there, or maybe they know somebody that knows somebody, and they can hook you up and kind of tell you the place that you can go to have a good time, depending on what the atmosphere that you're trying to look for. It's a great tool to have when you're traveling, is just to know somebody. Like, even if you don't know them. Like, I've had people to where, like, my flight didn't leave until 5 p.m. but I had to check out of my Airbnb at 11, so I didn't have anywhere to go. So because I was able to get to know somebody there, I was able to just stay there up until the time it was for me to go to my flight. So it worked out. Please make sure you inform your family that you are going somewhere. Don't just not say nothing. I used to didn't want to tell them because my mom would, all the time, she would panic. Sweet Pea, you don't need to be doing this. Sweet Pea, you don't need to be going there. It's too dangerous. It's too much stuff happening, whatever. So she would hound me, and I didn't want to tell her. But, you know, it's so many things that are going on, and she is right. But because I am my own person and I choose to make my decisions, I am able to openly tell her that I'm leaving and I'm going somewhere else, to make sure that she doesn't panic. And if something does actually happen, I do want people to know where I'm at. I just don't want to just go missing, right? So, also, one thing that I wanted to discuss too was hookups. So, I don't necessarily hear about a lot of girls hooking up when they're traveling alone, but I hear about men all the time. But when it comes to hookups, I have never actually hooked up with anybody while I was out of town, and I wouldn't necessarily suggest it. It's just because you're doing it knowing that you're probably not going to see that person again. And if you're my age, now if you're 25, 24, 20, that's your business. But, you know, once you start getting in your 30s and you have kids and stuff, you just have to make, you know, more sound, responsible decisions. Because you ain't trying. I don't want you to come back with an STD. I don't want you to come back pregnant, especially if you're going out and you may be consuming alcohol. There is a likelier chance that you could intertwine yourself into having sex and also not protecting yourself at the same time. So again, just keep that in mind. Now, if you're going overseas, it might be a little bit more tempting because you're never going to see that person ever again in your life, possibly. But yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Just enjoy yourself. Have a good time. Don't let anybody else take over your trip. If you choose to do it, don't beat yourself up about it. It is what it is. Just make sure that you make wiser decisions next time, because, you know, you just don't want to be having empty sex with people. But that's really it. Like, it's traveling alone is fairly easy. It's not hard. You just have to be very conscious, very aware, be very knowledgeable as to what you're looking for and what you're speaking about, because you don't want anybody to use you or get over on you or manipulate you or what have you if they have different ulterior motives when it comes to meeting people when you're traveling. And have a great time. Don't shy away from things that you wouldn't normally do. Try them out. You'll have a great time. Like, and venture out and meet new people and connect with other people, so you can kind of, you know, spread that love in between one another and just have people that you can enjoy, even if it's just while you're out there visiting, you know. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you can utilize some of this information, and hopefully it will be an amazing trip for you. If you really want to make it an amazing trip, make sure you bring your workout clothes with you so you can be active the entire time. I try to make it a point to be active every day that I am traveling, because I know I'm gonna be eating good, but I also want to make sure that I'm treating my body good at the same time, so I'm not coming back extremely bloated. I haven't pushed myself too far back because I was still active. And I just don't want to mess up, you know, things that you work very hard for. So, if you guys have any questions again or feedback, if I didn't answer a question that maybe you wanted an answer to, I can answer it below. And just let me know what you think about it. I love you guys, and I hope you guys are having a great, safe day. Practicing social distancing, washing your hands, as well as masking up whenever you're in public. So again, leave feedback. Everything is necessary, you guys. Y'all have a great day.